Hey, Dr. Lara here. I just wanted to share a little bit about my day today. It was kind of an interesting day, definitely a first for me, and it was a rather painful day too. So I have a really bad allergy to peanuts. I have an anaphylactic allergy to peanuts and the whole legume family, so that means any kind of bean. And I have volunteered for a research study. This particular research study is trying to investigate why it is that we produce antibodies for food allergies. And these specific antibodies are called IgE, and we just really don't understand why they're produced. Like, why do some people develop these antibodies against peanuts or other things that really should be innocuous? If we think about like how these antibodies are produced, they're produced by a particular type of white blood cell called a B cell. And these B cells, they are produced in the bone marrow, B for bone marrow. So for this particular research study, I was donating a sample of my bone marrow. So the way this worked is the researchers, they did something called a bone marrow aspiration. So they kind of numbed up an area right around my hip bone, and then they took a really ginormous needle and stabbed it into my hip bone, into my iliac crest to be precise. And then from there, they could suck out some of the bone marrow. So it was a bit painful. They definitely like forewarned me about that when I recruited for the study, and like all part of the informed consent. They said like this procedure is painful while it's going on, but really it's the only way that they can get a sample of those cells that are producing the IgE so that they can study it. So that was what I was doing today, and like yeah, it was painful. Probably not as painful as I thought it would be. Really, it was just like a lot of like super intense pressure. They do numb up the area first, and then they stick in the big syringe and sucked out. It was about 20 milliliters of my bone marrow that they sucked out. And so from there, they're able to study the B cells, and they're able to do some DNA sequencing of the cells and of the antibodies to really understand more about why they're produced. So you may ask, like, why would you voluntarily have somebody stab your bone and suck out the insides? Like, that's painful. That doesn't sound like a good time. So the reason is because I really want to contribute to science. As a scientist myself, I know how valuable it is to have your research subjects. Like, we can't learn more without having research subjects. So that's part of it. Now, with this particular study, it's more of a basic science study. So, this isn't something where they're studying a treatment that I might actually get to have in my lifetime and, be cured of my peanut allergy. This isn't that at all. In fact, in the informed consent for this study, they said, look, like you individually are not going to benefit from this study. This is more about trying to understand why it is that food allergies develop. So again, you may ask, like, why would you do that if I already know that I'm not going to directly benefit from it? And again, it's really just, I want to contribute to science. I want to contribute to the understanding of why food allergies develop. Maybe sometime in the future, we'll be able to help prevent the development of food allergies or have some more treatment for food allergies that have developed. So I really feel motivated to contribute to science. If you want to contribute to science too, they are in fact still recruiting for this study. It's at the Brigham Women's Hospital in Boston. So if you're in the Boston area, they are still looking for subjects that have a peanut allergy, as well as healthy control subjects that have no allergies. I'll put a link to the study website in the description. The lead investigator, his name is Dr. Duane Wesemann. I'm actually not sure how to pronounce his last name, but he's wonderful. His entire staff is wonderful. I felt like I was really well taken care of, and I feel proud to have given them like a really good sample that I hope that they can learn a lot from, and that future researchers and all of food allergy science world can learn more from my sample that I gave today. Yeah, so it was, a bit painful, but not as bad as I thought it would be. So that is all. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. I'm kind of like popping around my favorite bits of Boston. So I'm at the Charles Esplanade right now, and enjoy that I no longer have a giant syringe in my hip bone. So that's all. That's what science tastes like. Have a good day. Bye. Always have trouble figuring out